Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I have a gouache video for you guys, and this will be the last sketchbook doodles video. I don't know if I'm gonna include this in the series per se, but it is the last page you're gonna see from the sketchbook. I've actually just finished filming and recording the sketchbook tour video, so I just have to go edit that, and you guys will see that next week. So for this particular painting, as you can see, I'm starting off with watercolor, and the reason why I'm doing gouache in my sketchbook today is because, can you guys see that really light blue sketch with the almost like a closed eye, an eyebrow, and like some weird nostril? I want to cover that. I had an idea to sketch something, and I decided to sketch in pencil crayon rather than my normal palette color Eno. So when the sketch didn't turn out the way I wanted to, and I went back to erase it, I totally forgot that it was not very erasable. So I decided to just try inking it. As soon as I put down that nostril, I'm like, nope, I effed it up completely, so let's cover it with gouache. So that's what I'm doing today. So first of all, I started with putting down watercolor for a basic layer of color, just so I don't have that much white to work with when I'm putting down the gouache, because the gouache won't lift up the watercolor per se, but it will lift up its own layers, so I didn't want to do a light wash with watercolors. As you can see, I'm struggling getting a decent skin tone, and I believe I'm gonna cut out, yep, and come back with most of the stuff blocked in, or not blocked in. I guess I had the skin tone fixed, and then I had the hair blocked in with some of the tones that I wanted to use. I added the eyes, and I promise you guys, after this ugly phase, it will look better. You guys probably know what, like, you have an idea of probably what it will look like because of the thumbnail. The video has the more or less finished gouache piece. But yeah, this so much ugly painting phase. I don't know, I think I talked about this in a previous video, or I was talking about this to a friend, but like back when I was in university doing my painting class, and I was doing watercolor at the time because I decided to switch over to watercolor in my 4th year instead of doing acrylics or oils, but every time I'm working on a painting, there's always like that ugly phase. It's usually when you have just like your basic washes, or you're putting down your base tones, your base colors, or anything down onto your canvas or your paper, and then that's when the instructor or your prof comes in and they're like, oh, like, you should fix this and you should fix that. And I'm just like, can you give me a little bit of time to render a few things so like it's not in this weird, awkward, raw state? I don't know. I feel like this is coming at like bad times sometimes, and you know, sometimes their feedback is very good and like it is needed at the time of when you're doing your underpainting, or you're still during that ugly phase of painting before you can actually start to flesh out your painting. It's just something like this reminded me of, though. Whew. So more about gouache. It's still a medium that I'm struggling with. As you can see, watercolor is literally like the perfect medium for me. And it works well in my brain. But stuff like gouache, especially how I have my gouache palette set up, it wasn't ideal. I should have squeezed out maybe new gouache paints along with my dried paints and stuff, because it was hard for me to mix different colors to do like transitioning shades. As you can see, I do kind of like almost a cop-out, because I just go immediately with your base color and I do just a basic shadow. I don't put in different tones, or I don't put any colors that help transition the shadows from the light areas. And I don't know, I just have a hard time doing a painterly look with this kind of medium. Any kind of like thicker medium that it's not transparent, so like this will include like oils and acrylics and gouache. Oils wasn't as bad because it didn't dry as quick, but the thing I found similar between gouache and oils is that I'm using a lot of white, like a lot of white. I know in oils, like I guess you're not supposed to use too much white because it will dull down the colors a lot, and that's the same for gouache. But like when I was working with acrylics back in uni, I didn't use that much white. I was able to mix colors more efficiently, I found. But for gouache, for some reason, I'm just like consistently adding white. Things are pale, things are patchy, things are not working out. And part of it's because like I keep adding water to these dry pans, and I'm just getting like very light, thin, how to explain it, light, thin strokes of paint when I'm laying it down. And for some reason in my brain it's like, add white, like titanium white is opaque, you should just add it so it's like thicker, whatever. But I don't know, I feel like I'm hyper today. Hopefully that doesn't come off like that in this video, but I just feel like I'm hyper. Yeah, I actually had quite a bit of fun rendering the hair, as usual. Hair is kind of like the one thing I love to do in a slightly more painterly way, probably because like all that hair texture is perfectly done with like brush strokes. The thing I struggle the most is always the face. Even right here, I don't like the nose. I actually have another speed paint that's probably gonna come out after my sketchbook tour, depending on whether or not I can deal with it looking crappy. I might post it, I might not. It's still up in the air at this point. It's a painting of Wonwoo, and I don't have his face shape correct, and everything below his eyes. Actually, his eyes look derpy too. Might redo it. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a chibi or something. I'm trying to pre-record all my videos before I leave to Japan, because today is June 5th, and I'm doing this voiceover. And I believe this video is going to come out a little bit later this week, so yeah. This one will come out before I leave to Japan, but my sketchbook tour and the next, I think 2 or 3 videos following the sketchbook tour is also going to be pre-recorded. And yeah, I'll be in Japan when those videos are up, and hopefully when I come back I'll do a quick update on stuff I did in Japan, or any illustrations I did in Japan, or what else? Art supplies maybe? I'm excited to just raid their art supply store. There's one that's like really big, has like I think 8 floors or something like that, 4 floors, I don't remember. But like I always see photos of this huge art store with like ranging of like painting supplies, stationaries, like drawing supplies, sketchbooks, and like everything, and I just want to browse. I love just walking into like an art store and just looking at like different paints or like sketchbooks or like pencils, and I just want to browse. I kind of want to buy paints. I would really want to buy some kind of a ultramarine blue, or some like really weird off colors that you can't really mix on your own. So like some really beautiful like turquoises that are just like pure, or like an opera color, or like some kind of like a neon color I think would be fun to get. And I want to see if they have a large selection of Holbein paints when I'm in Japan. Yeah, hopefully I can buy a new ultramarine as well. Wow, this this speed paint, I feel like it's long. I do apologize if you guys prefer my shorter speed paints. That's easier to digest. Just for me, like, this is a lot of nitpicking, I feel like. Oof. Yeah, my brain's just like, it's like I'm hyper and my brain is scattered. I'm trying to think of like videos I want to film. I want to do a new sketchbook doodle video because we're starting the new sketchbook today, and I kind of want to do the cover for a speed paint. Maybe do another doodle page as well. I don't know, I'm still debating if I'm going to post that Wonwoo video. It looks derpy, like derpy as heck. Oof, okay. My favorite thing to do at the end is doing the line art. So I had fun line arting his hair, but my goddamn camera was like, nope, not filming, so it stopped filming when I was doing the details in the hair. And I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes when I'm recording, sometimes I'm so focused on the art piece that I don't look up to see whether or not my camera's recording anymore. And sometimes my camera has those days, which is way too often, where it just cuts out. Like after like maybe 8 seconds of me pressing the record button, it's like, bye, like I'm gonna shut off. Or like 3 minutes in, it's gonna shut off. And it's like, there's no warning. Usually I have to shut off my camera within 12 minutes of recording, so that I usually know when to look up, or like in my peripheral vision of my eye or whatever, I can see when the video closes sometimes because I have it connected to my computer. But I don't know. This inconsistency with filming is just bothering me. Okay, in the video I'm just fixing up Hao's face. In the video you actually can't see that there's actually sketch lines in his face, which is lucky, but I fixed it anyways, so it might have just looked like I was fixing nothing on the screen. I'm sorry about the audio quality, guys. I can't tell if this is gonna be okay audio for the video, but I don't feel like redoing it either because it just feels like I'm doing repetitive stuff, and I want this to be as authentic as possible when I'm doing these voiceovers. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this small gouache painting in my sketchbook. I'll see you guys next week, and thank you very much for watching. Bye!